Good evening and welcome to the National News broadcast, bringing to you live from the National News studios here at Rupavahini. We are ready to bring you the top stories here at home and around the world. I am Charita Minipurarachi.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
Former IGP Deshabandhu remanded until tomorrow. Police have taken his personal firearm and 1,009 liquor bottles into custody from his Hokandara residence. The President says the budget this year is implemented under a proper plan based on data. The petition filed by former President Mahinda Rajapaksa dismissed without consideration. Accepting deposits for the local government polls is over. Accepting nominations will end at 12 noon tomorrow. An urban green zone project will be implemented under Clean Sri Lanka program. The Trade Minister reveals that stocks of goods released from warehouses in 2014 have not yet come to the Satosa outlets. 2 stranded astronauts return to Earth after 9 months.
On to those and other stories in detail now, and starting off with the top story. Former IGP Deshabandhu Thinnakon, who surrendered to the Mathura Magistrates Court, has been remanded until tomorrow.
A warrant had been issued for the former IGP in relation to a shooting incident that occurred in the Valigama area in 2023. He surrendered to the court this morning through his lawyers. A total of 8 individuals, including former IGP Deshabandhu Thinnakon, had warrants issued against them in connection with the shooting incident in Valigama, Mathura. The Mathura Magistrates Court had previously ordered the immediate arrest of the former IGP after he failed to appear before the court. Former IGP Thinnakon had filed a writ petition in the Court of Appeal seeking an interim order to suspend the Mathura Magistrates Directive, but the court dismissed the petition recently without consideration. The Court of Appeal also ordered his immediate arrest and appearance in court. Several police teams were deployed to locate the former IGP, and in this context, Deshabandhu Thinnakon surrendered to the Mathura Magistrates Court this morning. The relevant case was heard today. A preliminary post-mortem on this shooting incident, which occurred in front of the W15 Hotel in Valigama, was conducted through the Mathura Magistrates Court. The magistrate had recently ordered the Criminal Investigation Department to take the former IGP into custody in connection with the incident. A group of lawyers, including President's Counsel Shanaka Ranasinghe, represented the former IGP. Additional Solicitor General Dilip Piris represented the Attorney General's department. He said that an individual who was under VIP protection managed to stay hidden for a number of days without any protection, and legal measures will be taken against those who aided him to stay hidden during this period. The Additional Solicitor General pointed out that the former IGP has a number of houses under his name, but no information available over the ownership of these houses. The Additional Solicitor General also added that the name of the former IGP is not mentioned in the voter list. Representing former IGP Thinnakon, President's Counsel Shanaka Ranasinghe requested the courts to grant bail for his client under any condition, considering the concerns related to his security in remand custody. After considering submissions from both parties, the magistrate ordered that the former IGP be held in remand custody until tomorrow. The case will be heard again tomorrow. In the meantime, additionally, the Mathura Prison Superintendent has taken measures to transfer former IGP Thinnakon to the Angunukola Palace Prison for his safety. Arrangements were made for his transfer to the prison this evening.
Minister Anand Vijayapala says that former IGP Deshabandhu Thinnakon's personal firearm and 1,009 liquor bottles have been taken into police custody from his Hokandara residence. The minister revealed these facts, making a special statement in Parliament today. Minister Anand Vijayapala said that special attention has been focused during the past few days regarding the shootout occurred at a hotel in Valigama police area in 2023. Former IGP and 11 others were to be arrested in this connection under a warrant issued by the Mathura Magistrates Court. A CID team had gone to the Mathura Magistrates Court to issue an order to confiscate properties of IGP Deshabandhu Thinnakon. In the meantime, he has surrendered to Mathura Magistrates Court today. A police team checked his residence at Gangani Park in Hokandura and taken 795 whiskey bottles, 214 wine bottles into police custody. In addition, his personal firearm has also been taken into custody. The minister said that among the other items, there are 2 iPhones. Through these phones, more information can be revealed, and he said that investigations are now going on.
President Anurukumara Dissanayake says that this year's budget is data-driven, scientifically implemented and strategically planned. The President made these remarks during a discussion held today at the Presidential Secretariat with representatives of the Association of Medical Specialists. During the discussion, the President highlighted that in the past, various governments have obtained loans without considering their long-term economic impact upon repayment. President Dissanayake asserted that his administration will refrain from engaging in unstructured borrowing or unsystematic economic activities, while reaffirming that his government's highest priority is ensuring economic sustainability. Representatives of the association highlighted several important matters to the President, such as the necessity for a structured service framework for specialist medical professionals and various other professional issues. They also convened their gratitude, or rather conveyed their gratitude for several key measures put forward in the budget, including the increase in the basic salary, upward revision of pension benefits in line with the revised total salary starting this year, the provision of allowances and raising of the income tax threshold. President Anurukumara Dissanayake met with the Public Services United Nurses Union at the Presidential Secretariat today. President Dissanayake said that the trade union actions by healthcare professionals cannot be justified, considering that the largest salary increase in history granted by a government without any demands or pressure from professional associations has already been implemented. President Dissanayake highlighted that despite operating within a constrained economic framework, the government has prioritized increasing the basic salaries of public sector employees in the year's budget. This initiative aims to enhance the efficiency of the public service, attract skilled professionals and ensure the sustainability of the sector. The President mentioned that salaries have been increased under 6 key categories in the budget. These include a minimum increase of 15,000 rupees in the basic salary, an increment in overtime and holiday allowances, an 80% increase in salary increments, an upward revision of pension benefits in line with the revised total salary, and an increase in the taxable income threshold. Officials from the trade union expressed their appreciation for the salary increments, highlighting that they have been well received by a significant portion of the public sector workforce. They also brought to the President's attention the existing challenges within the nursing profession and requested prompt solutions to address these issues. The meeting was attended by the Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Chief Sanganayaka of Western Province, the Chairman of the Public Services United Nurses Union, Most Venerable Muruthettuwe Ananda Thera.
And meanwhile, the fundamental rights petition filed by the former President Mahinda Rajapaksa against slashing of his security was dismissed by the Supreme Court without consideration. The Supreme Court issued its verdict considering the matters regarding the petition at length. This decision was taken by the 3-member judge panel, including Preeti Padman Surasena, Achula Vengapuli and Mahinda Samayavardhana. Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, in his fundamental rights petition, has requested to declare that his fundamental human rights have been violated by the decision taken by the government to reduce the 60-member pool of security officers. Appearing for the petitioner, President's counsel Ali Sabri told the courts that his client seeks the support of the courts not to gain privileges but to secure his right to life. Appearing for the respondents, including the Attorney General, Additional Solicitor General Rohan Tabe told the courts that the decision regarding the petitioner's security was taken by the Experts Committee on VIP Security. He further stated that this committee evaluates the security situation of former presidents and VIPs from time to time before taking such decisions. Therefore, none of the human rights of the petitioner has been violated in this incident. Considering all these facts, the panel of Supreme Court judges decided to dismiss the petition without considering, since there is no adequate facts to continue the case.
Several political parties handed over nominations for the upcoming local government election today. The deadline for submitting the deposit for the election was today at 12 noon. The chairman of the Elections Commission, RMAL Ratnayaka, said that the deposits of nomination for the local government election had concluded at 12 noon today. He mentioned that the submission of nominations would take place tomorrow, the 20th March, until 12 noon. He further explained that there would be a short period of approximately 3.5 hours tomorrow from 8:30 am to 12 pm for submitting nomination papers. Therefore, he requested all political parties and independent groups intending to submit nominations to submit their nomination papers at the respective election offices of their constituencies as early as possible to avoid any delays. National People's Power handed over the nominations for the Kalathura district today. The nominations are submitted by District Leader Dr. Nalinda Jatissa. Minister Nalinda Jatissa said that their alliance will be victorious at the local government election. He said that the public who have voted for NPP at the presidential and general elections will place their trust on the alliance at the upcoming election. He added that those who have not voted for them previously will also vote for them after considering the progress the government has achieved during this short period. Samaki Jana Balawegaya handed over nominations for the Kurunegala Municipal Council and Pradeshya Sabha today. The nominations were handed over by former Minister Ashok Abesingha. Former Minister Ashok Abesingha said that this election, a quota has been introduced for youth representation in the nominations. He added that this new quota has become an issue for most political parties. He added that 25% has to be allocated in the nominations for youth who are under 35 years of age. The handing over of nominations of National People's Power for Polonnaruwa district was held at the District Secretariat. Deputy Minister T.B. Sarath was present at this occasion. Deputy Minister T.B. Sarath said that the power should be given to the governing political authority as the local government institutions are the closest to the public. Samaki Jana Balawegaya handed over nominations for Kolonna Pradeshya Sabha and Ambedipiti Municipal Council today. It was held with the presence of Ratnapura District Leader Hesha Vithanage. Parliamentarian Hesha Vithanage said that the party is ready to form local government institutions which are close to the public and cater to their needs. Podujana Peramuna Ratnapura District Leader Premlal Jayasekara handed over the nominations for the respective district on behalf of the party. Podujana Peramuna Ratnapura District Leader Premlal Jayasekara said that his party managed to clinch a significant victory in 2018. He added that they will attempt to replicate the same success this year as well. Samaki Jana Balawegaya handed over nominations for the Kagol district. District Leader Kabir Hashim was present at the occasion. National People's Power handed over nominations for Kagol Municipal Council and 11 Pradeshya Sabha. Minister Dr. Dhammika Pattabandi was present at this occasion. Minister Dr. Dhammika Pattabandi said that the current government has presented a unique budget this year which has been praised by the public. He said that the public will support the government at the upcoming election. Sri Lanka Muslim Congress placed deposits for 6 municipal councils including Batikla under the presence of parliamentarian MLA Hizbullah. Podujana Eksat Peramuna handed over the nominations for Kotte Urban Council today. National People's Power handed over nominations for Mathare district with the participation of Deputy Minister Gamagedara Disanayaka. Deputy Minister Gamagedara Disanayaka said they believe that they will be able to win all the local government bodies in the district.
World Oral Health Day is set to take place tomorrow. A special event will be held at the Gold Face Green with the presence of Minister Dr. Nalinda Jatissa. Anyone who arrives at the venue can have their teeth checked from 8:30 am onwards. The theme for this year's World Oral Health Day is A Happy Mouth, A Healthy Mind. The event is organized jointly by the Sri Lanka Dental Association and the Ministry of Health. The World Oral Health Day, which was initiated 11 years ago by the World Dental Federation, is celebrated across many countries worldwide. Oral health has been receiving minimal attention from the global population. According to the World Dental Federation, 3.5 billion people worldwide suffer from oral diseases. Additionally, 34% of the global population suffers from tooth decay. Deputy Secretary of the Sri Lanka Dental Association, Dr. Nirantha Ratnayaka, said that the number of patients with oral diseases is higher than patients contracted with diabetes, heart diseases and mental health issues. He said that teeth decay can be considered as one of the main oral health diseases faced by patients. He added that fluoride treatments carried out in clinics could take care of any teeth decaying issues, as it likely at early stages if unable to reach a dental clinic. However, he pointed out that patients often approach a dentist at the latter stage when they suffer from pain. He added that such teeth cannot be turned normal during this stage. He said that 63% of the teeth of children are often decaying, and this situation can be averted through proper health guidelines. He further pointed out that 50% of the population fails to brush their teeth at least twice a day.
The Clean Sri Lanka program has launched a model urban green zone project under its initiative. The first phase is scheduled to begin in the areas of Paliyagoda and Orugodawatta. The objective of this program is to create a new spiritual, social and environmental renaissance within the country, elevating society to a more advanced level. As an urban planning project based on the concept of a green city, the program is being implemented with contributions from both public and private sectors. Activities are expected to begin before the end of this month. With the increase in urban population density, the country has had to face various environmental issues, including air, soil and water pollution. Hence, the global attention has been directed to the concept of sustainable green cities. Urban forestry helps reduce environmental issues and beautifies the surroundings. Additionally, people will have the opportunity to live in a green environment where they can enjoy the benefits of nature. This will also contribute to the creation of a physically and mentally healthy society.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuri emphasized the urgent need to increase women's participation in the economic sector, both globally and in Sri Lanka. She made these remarks at the launch of the Women's Entrepreneurial Financial Fund organized by the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development held in Colombo. Addressing the event, the Prime Minister said that it's crucial to address the systematic barriers such as limited access to finance, markets, skilled labor and technology which hinder the entrepreneurial endeavor of women. The event was attended by the Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, Dr. Namandalal Veerasinghe, and Secretary to the Treasury, Mahinda Sirivardhana. The proposed guidelines titled Think and Live, See Differently, aimed at fostering a progressive and prosperous Sri Lankan society, was presented to Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuri yesterday. It was presented by Ruhuna University Colombo Alumni Association. These proposed guidelines outline the key recommendations, including the development of an efficient public service, development of new attitudinal change and necessary transformations in the selected sectors such as the public transportation.
Minister Wasantha Samarasinghe says that when he accepted the Lux Sathosa, it had incurred a loss of 22 billion rupees. The minister revealed these facts joining the Budget Committee stage debate on the Ministry of Trade, Commerce, Food Security and Cooperative Development. Parliamentarian Mujibur Rahman said that the ministry is famous as a place of frauds and corruption are rampant. During the past period, many such incidents occurred in the Trade Ministry. The President must have handed over his ministry to Minister Wasantha Samarasinghe to clean it.
Minister Wasantha Samarasinghe said that once he accepted the ministry, Sathosa has undergone a loss of 22 million rupees. There are 448 Sathosa outlets. Out of them, 252 outlets are running at a loss. Some outlets are unable to earn an income sufficient to pay even the monthly rental. Some employees have arranged some income-generating methods instead of their monthly salary. Due to these all malpractices, Sathosa entity has declined. Such some stocks worth 350 million rupees have been released from Sathosa warehouses since 2014. However, these items of goods have not yet reached the relevant sales outlets. The minister said that about 800 employees have been recruited to Sathosa last year. There are 259 excess employees in the Sathosa outlets in Colombo district. A former chairman has recruited his village people to the Mathura district Sathosa outlets. He said that there are 86 excess employees in Mathura. Chairman Pasundayapa Bevardhana is responsible for these recruitments. However, the new government has not removed any of the employees so far. And also, Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa has instructed the officials to expedite the construction of new office complex building of the Health Ministry at the Castle Street in Colombo. Construction of this 16-storied building started in 2016 and later stopped by the construction's halfway. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa recently inspected the construction of this office complex site. Officials of the Central Engineering Consultancy Bureau, which is responsible for the construction of it, will also be present at this occasion. A sum of 300 million rupees has been allocated to expedite the construction of this building, which has a space of 375,000 square feet. An additional sum of 3,000 million rupees is to be allocated this year for this purpose. The minister also instructed the officials to accelerate constructions to set up several institutions of the Health Ministry in this new building within the next 4 months. And meanwhile, moving ahead with more local stories, Minister Samantha Vidyarathne said that a wider program is now underway to increase the tea production in the country and help the economic growth. He stated that a major aim in this move is to enhance tea smallholder industry. The initiative program of the series of programs started by the government with the aim of developing tea smallholder industry was held yesterday, centering the Uva province. The opening ceremony was held at the Bandaravela Municipal Council Auditorium. Minister Samantha Vidyarathne said that now we are working under a proper plan. Last year, Sri Lanka earned an income of $1.4 billion from tea. The income target of this year is $1.7 billion. Last year, Sri Lanka had sold 262.15 million kilos of tea. The amount is expected to be increased up to 275 million kilos. Within our 5-year period, the amount is to be increased up to 400 million kilograms. All stakeholders of the tea industry should support to achieve this target. Sri Lanka expects to earn $2.5 billion from tea exports. We all have to work hard to achieve this target.
We now move on to more local news items in brief. 14 more Sri Lankans who were under hostage of cyber crime gangs in the Mairavati area in Myanmar have been rescued. In a statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it is stated that there are 4 young females among them. They have been brought to the country at present. These individuals could be rescued following the long-term diplomatic process maintained by the government with Thailand and Myanmar governments. They were trapped in the camps of Myanmar cybercrime gangs when they sought employment opportunities in Myanmar. The gross domestic product of the country has shown 5% growth last year. The latest reports of the Department of Census and Statistics have confirmed this fact. Accordingly, the gross domestic product was recorded in 2023 as 1,877 billion rupees. It has increased up to 2,472 billion rupees in 2024. The Cabinet has granted approval to increase the beneficiaries of over 70 years members of low-income families who are entitled to elderly allowance from 820,000 to 1 million. The government has increased the current 3,000 rupees monthly allowance up to 5,000 rupees. In addition, the 7,500 rupee allowance paid to different able persons will be increased up to 10,000 rupees. The Cabinet has also given approval to increase the 7,500 rupees allowance paid to kidney patients up to 10,000 rupees. These all increased allowance are scheduled to be paid from next month. Well, that's it on local stories. We'll be back with news overseas.
Prima kottumi fun tamai lassana fun loke kottumi sara vihide kittika situ brannava kere fine fashion nape heat take away they wate hot and spicy guess what they say pitiye hatarate kottumi raudenne sixer udaya viwate hot dang pannu hot and spicy ude pannu fun kapu savine dive prima kottumi fun tamai.
We move on to news overseas. Now, after 9 months in space, NASA astronauts Bush Wilmore and Suni Williams have finally arrived back on Earth.
The officials stated that their initial mission, which was scheduled to last roughly 8 days using Boeing Starliner spacecraft, was launched in June 2024. But due to technical issues with the Starliner, including issues with the propulsion system and helium leaks, their safe return was prevented, causing a prolonged stay on the International Space Station for the astronauts. They were originally part of Boeing Starliner crew flight test mission. The authorities further stated that the goal of this mission was to test and certify Boeing's Starliner spacecraft for future crewed mission to the International Space Station under NASA's Commercial Crew Program. However, with the issue in the spacecraft, William and Wilmore were forced to remain on the International Space Station for 9 whole months while NASA and Boeing assessed possible solutions.
Prima Kottumi, Pantamai.
And we move on to sports news now. The Sri Lanka team that participates in the World Championship Indoor Athletic Tournament will leave the country tonight.
The team is included with 12 male and female athletes. The team posed a group picture at Darlington Square before the departure. The tournament will be held in Nanjing in China from the 21st to 23rd of this month. The Sri Lanka team is scheduled to complete 3 single events and men and women 100 meter by 4 relay events. Shamod Yodasinghe will compete in the 60 meters men's running event. Nadun K. Bandara take part in the 60 meters men's hurdle event. Kalika Kumaruge will compete in the 400 meters men's running event. He also completes the 400 meter relay event with Randipa Madushan, Sadev Rajakaruna, Amal El Silva and Isru Lakshan. Nadisha Rabanayaka, Sayuru Bendis, Nishendra Fernando, Jayeshi Uttara and Jitma Vijayatunga compete at the 400 meters women's relay event.